This short film will focus on the past 12 months and how things at Skills and Volunteer in Cymru have changed, largely due to COVID-19. Although our charity has faced challenges over the past 12 months, the SVC community remains determined. We have adapted many of our projects, building on innovative digital inclusion for all. This film aims to celebrate the new life we have with technology in these trying times.
Emma, I think you might be on mute.
Nightmare. Hi, I'm Emma. I'm the team leader. I oversee our police and community projects. Over the last year, I've been supported with our digital befriending project, some of our digital projects, and also coordinating the police volunteering project in Cardiff.
The academic year of 2019-20 started with a familiar busy pace. We launched a new project called the NHS Placement Scheme, where 48 volunteers provided activities to beneficiaries across 14 wards. Our partnership with South Wales Police was blossoming, with over 100 volunteers supporting the police with community work and crime prevention across Cardiff, RCT and Merthyr Tydfil. In total, we had 31 projects running across Cardiff, the Vale of Glamorgan and RCT. Our diverse and dedicated team of volunteers were busy providing hours of support to the local community. In February 2020, both the staff team and the Board of Trustees began discussing coronavirus and planning for the eventuality of the virus spreading to South Wales. SVC are blessed to have so many volunteers with different skills and ideas who have paved the way for what would come. On the 23rd of March, Boris Johnson ordered the UK to stay at home, and by the 30th of March, SVC were providing digital activities for several of our beneficiary groups.
Throughout the pandemic, SVC has continued to support children and adults with disabilities, people experiencing homelessness, adults with mental health conditions, and young carers. Our key focus has been to bring some much needed joy, laughter, and engagement to the SVC community, while striving to combat feelings of loneliness and isolation.
Sorry, I think it must be my internet again. Classic 2020. Hi, I'm Dav, and I'm the project coordinator for RCT. Obviously, with the lockdown measures over the past year, I haven't been up there as much as I usually would. So instead, I've been working on helping develop our digital projects and still coordinating the police project up in RCT.
The different beneficiary groups SVC supports have each experienced different needs throughout the ongoing pandemic, and at SVC, we aim to respond to those needs. Some of our beneficiaries were shielding due to their health. Some did not see friends or family for months on end. Some had been moved from sleeping on the streets into hotels to house the homeless community. Some were shielding due to being a carer. Some were no longer able to attend school. The way COVID affected our community was vast and diverse. By the end of April 2020, SVC was running numerous digital projects, including a digital befriending service for adults with disabilities, a digital social club in partnership with the Huggard Homeless Centre, and digital groups for young carers and children with disabilities. We updated our training, risk assessments, and policies and procedures to ensure we kept our community safe online. One of the advantages of going online was that some of our beneficiaries, who had previously faced barriers to engaging with our community activities, started to engage with our online digital activities. They felt safe and secure in their own home, being able to access activities with just the click of a button, and therefore breaking down some of the barriers. In addition to our online projects, during the first lockdown in spring 2020, we recruited volunteers for two new community-based projects, a food delivery service and a sewing project to create face coverings. In partnership with Innovate Trust, volunteers on the food delivery project helped provide essential supplies to self-isolating community members, although this project then came to an end over the summer. However, the sewing project has continued to grow throughout the year, making over 500 face coverings for social care workers, patients in hospital, adults living in supported housing, and the homeless community. During this time, we also partnered with another local food delivery project called Food for Life, run by the charity Tir Krishna Cymru, who have been delivering nutritious meals to self-isolating or vulnerable individuals across Cardiff, the Vale, and RCT. We continue to recruit for this project, with volunteers either helping to deliver food parcels or lending a hand in the community kitchen.
As the pandemic continued, new digital activities were created alongside our partner Innovate Trust. Many of these activities were volunteer-led, whilst others were delivered in partnership with local entertainers whose work had been negatively impacted by the pandemic.
Hi, I'm Cumber. I'm a Health and Social Project Coordinator. I work with one of my main partners, Innovate Trust, so working with adults with disabilities. And during the pandemic, we've adapted quite a few of our projects and working on some new projects too, which has been really exciting.
Activities included Zumba, yoga, dance lessons, a talent show, a creative writing project, digital-themed parties to celebrate Halloween, Christmas and Valentine's Day, singing and dancing sessions with the lovely Shiny Happy People, music gigs with Chris Kelly, choir practice with Wally Walsh, bingo, a drama and storytelling group, a karaoke night, a quiz club, and an arts and crafts class delivered by our favourite mermaid, Grace. We then moved our Laugh Out Loud Fridays project, delivered in partnership with the Down Syndrome Association Cymru, into a digital social club format, bringing fortnightly digital fun to a group of young adults. We also expanded our digital support for children and young people. We have run numerous activities including digital escape rooms, takeaway and film nights, group digital games, baking and reading together, to name a few. Similarly, our partnership with EYST, which previously tutored young Black and minority ethnic people aged 11 to 25 through homework clubs, has moved to a digital setting and are now starting to run one-to-one tutoring sessions over Zoom.
In November of 2020, we delivered our first ever Digital Careers Week, which shone a spotlight on numerous careers. The event was organised by two of SVC's trustees, John and Sophie, and was packed with numerous short talks from a variety of speakers from the NHS, police, third sector, human resources, tech backgrounds, psychology, mental health and education, to name a few. All talks were free and aimed to give a better understanding of what the different roles entail, advice about how to get into these roles, and additionally how volunteering can aid career progression.
Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm the project coordinator for SVC's projects with children and young people. Which looks a little bit different this year as we've been translating them into a digital setting. The projects have still been able to run really successfully, which has been brilliant to see.
SVC has also undertaken 2 week-long events of taster volunteering opportunities in the form of our annual Winter Giving Week and annual Student Volunteering Week. As part of these initiatives, we organise digital parties for adults with disabilities and those experiencing homelessness, as well as collecting food and clothing donations for various local organisations, including the Cardiff Food Bank, Ronald McDonald House, Cardiff Women's Aid and Space for You. During our Student Volunteering Week in February, we also hosted an LGBTQ+ evening as part of LGBT+ History Month, in partnership with Cardiff University, Stonewall Cymru and LGBT Cymru. As a charity, we have also utilised social media to launch several digital fundraisers, raising funds to develop our digital work. With the support of some very talented SVC volunteers, we set up an SVC MOODLE as a safe space for our volunteers to access training materials and project information. We have also set up a new volunteer management system, which is currently being developed further, and we are thrilled to announce that we are recruiting a new tech-based role to join the SVC and Innovate Trust partnership.
The government restrictions have meant that we have been unable to undertake much of our traditional face-to-face work within the community. However, we are continually planning for when circumstances permit us to do so again. For example, we have been awarded a fantastic new funding grant which will enable us to expand our partnership work with South Wales Police, including now providing volunteers for the Vale of Glamorgan area as well as Cardiff. We have begun recruiting for new police volunteers to help support our community work in RCT and Merthyr, with new volunteers hopefully starting active duties from spring 2021.
Hi, my name's Larry and I'm the project coordinator for the NHS and befriending projects at SVC. Over the past year, we've been running digital projects for adults with disabilities and people who are experiencing homelessness. And recently, SVC have been working with a group of volunteers in partnership with Cardiff and the Vale University Health Board in order to provide meet and greet support at the local vaccination centres.
We have teamed up with Cardiff Women's Aid to deliver a new outdoor project where a group of female volunteers will be helping to improve their communal gardens and grounds. We are working with Cardiff Council to relaunch Environmental Champions, a project aiming to make Cardiff a greener and more environmentally friendly community. Spurred on by the Black Lives Matter protests last summer, we have also spent the past year reflecting on how we work at SVC and how we can improve what we do. How we can continue to educate ourselves, better our practice and raise awareness of equality, diversity and inclusion, EDI. To begin with, we launched our own internal EDI committee and planned an EDI strategy for the charity, focusing not only on working to eradicate racism, but also to promote equality in any way we're able to. This has involved the creation of a new EDI section of our charity website, explaining all about EDI, protected characteristics, and the different types of discrimination. Updating our mission statement and creating regular EDI blogs to share useful resources for all. Our staff team have recently attended a 10 Years of the Equality Act 2010 online panel discussion, unconscious bias training, and a Race Alliance Wales anti-racism workshop, and we have organised free training for the wider SVC community from both Race Equality First and Stonewall Cymru.
Building on our pre-pandemic approach to sending out feedback surveys, we also launched beneficiary advisory groups to give our beneficiaries a voice and the opportunity to give us feedback and make suggestions about how we can improve our services. We've so far had sessions with beneficiaries of our Laugh Out Loud Fridays project for young people with Down syndrome, as well as the adults with disabilities that we support at Innovate Trust, whilst a group for our children and young people projects is currently being set up. In line with these changes, we are updating our Equal Opportunities Policy, have signed up to Zero Tolerance to Racism pledge with Race Council Cymru, and are developing new ways to ensure we are an inclusive and supportive organisation.
The pandemic has undoubtedly been a difficult time. However, it has also allowed SVC to develop and grow in many new ways. We have made connections with numerous community members through the use of the newly founded COVID-19 mutual aid groups, and we've supported a wide range of beneficiaries to grow within their digital confidence. We've had the chance to form new partnerships whilst also reflecting and developing on our long-standing relationships. We are so very grateful for the support of all of our volunteers, our beneficiaries and our funders, as we all continue to work together to give a little and gain a lot.